Welcome back to Pine Tree State Restorations and with the GE Searcher. Little history on this radio. This was made around 1974 to 1975, and this was made in a time when everybody was trying to do things differently, trying to make things better, what have you. GE made this, they made a TV with this in it, they made a radio with the searcher in it. And how this works is I got two radios here. Okay. See if I can pull this up. All right, this is a parts radio. There's a potentiometer on every one of these channels, on all four of these channels. Okay. There is a chip to control the scanning. And then there's these four right here. Now, they made these in 1975. But like I say, it was a weird year for scanners. Everybody's trying to do something different. What goes wrong with these is a lot of times this little piece here that holds the battery box in breaks. This is the battery box. Snaps in from underneath. And then on the other side, there's a button. Push that button and that will pop out and release the battery box. A lot of times these are broken. And then people will leave batteries in them and destroy the battery box, which is a hard fix, but this one's in good shape. Also, inside the radio, every time, this and this, these two potentiometers, one for squelch, one for volume, they're always gummed up and they're always full of crap. You got to deox it, put deoxin in them, get them cleaned up or they won't work right. Because the squelch on these is kind of funny. You got to have that squelch like right on the verge for these to work. The sensitivity ain't that great, especially indoors on this old radio. And then pull the tape off. There's a little hole in each one of these trimmer pots. Okay. Want to give that a little psst, deox it and blow that out with some low pressure air and get those clean. If they ain't clean, they ain't going to work. All right. So that's basically all that goes wrong with them. Sometimes the antenna connection gets broken. Besides the battery box and the controls, that's just about it. Normally they don't blow any transistors or chips. They're always usually good. They didn't use them much. So how this works is there's a little cover. You press this button on the side here. Let me press this button. That cover comes on. And inside, you got 4 miniature tuners. And what you'd have to do is you have to turn each one till you find a frequency. And then you'll put the cover back on. And that's how it works. So there's no crystals. And there's no computer, really. These are all little trimmer pots. Probably inductive tuning. Not real sure how they're doing it, but they're basically little tiny variable capacitors, and you can see it goes from 150 to 174 megahertz, see? So you got to tune that. Now, turn this on here. It'll start scanning. Set your squelch. And on this radio, you got to set that squelch right there. Right at the very edge. Okay. Okay, now that's scanning. You also got a manual advance. You can put it in manual scan, like this here. And then you can manually advance the channel. Hold it for a second, and it'll advance the channel. You also got a channel 4 override. You could set for like a weather channel, and you could turn that off. It'll scan 3 channels. You can turn that on, and it'll go to the priority channel. Since there's only 4 channels, I'm going to leave it on. Go back to scan, like that, and it'll start scanning. We'll give this a test. see if we can get this to work. Right. The squelch a little high. So it's got to be right there. Right. Audio check, check. Audio check. Okay, so there you hear it. I'm picking up another channel from far away. But that's how it works. These don't work very good in the house. They got to be outside. I mean, if I have a metal roof, so it doesn't work very good inside here. If you go outside, it works pretty good as long as they're, you know, 10 miles away or something, max or whatever. It's not as sensitive as the brand new stuff. Of course, it's 1974, 1975. But when I got this, it was, the battery box was toast, so I got a new battery box. The latch was broken. I took this case and I basically took both of them, made one good one per customer. He just wanted it. It was his dad's. He wanted it back to original and working. So I had a parts radio, so I made this radio mint again. So he has it. I doubt he'll ever use it, but you never know. And then when you're done tuning it, you put this cover back on. That just pops on like that. That way you don't accidentally bump it. But that's what it is. GE Searcher 1974-75. Look how big this is. This is what they call the handheld portable back in the day. Right? You got an earphone jack, a 9-volt wall wart jack, and they do work better. They do work better with the power pack than just the batteries. Like I say, the battery pack, it comes out the bottom. You press that button on the back and that'll pop right out. And it holds 6 batteries, kind of a battery hog. Like I said, it works better on the wall wart. But there you go, 1974, 1975. They only made this for a couple of years because it didn't work out that great, and crystal scanners were far superior than these individual tuners because you could just pick a crystal channel, pop it in, didn't have to play with it. Thanks again for watching Pine Tree State Restorations, and we'll see you soon.